They say there is never a dull day as a Nebraska fan. And once again, that has lived up to be the case. There are multiple rumors going on right now with the program. First things first, it is almost confirmed where Nebraska will play in a bowl game. Not only where, but against who. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my instant reaction. What bowl game is that going to be? Is that a good thing for the Huskers? A bad thing? Where do we go from here? And so much more, along with my reaction to all the pro football focus grades for Nebraska versus Iowa. They are crazy to say the least. All the rumors right now with the coaching staff. It's going to be a crazy week. There will be some firings. Expect that. I'll let you know what I'm hearing with the positional coaches, with the coordinators, my instant reaction to all the news nationwide over these past 24 hours with the coaching hirings, the coaching firings, their direct implications for Nebraska, all the games yesterday and what they mean for the Huskers and everything else you need to know. So really quick, this is a loaded update. I wouldn't have it any other way. If you're having a good Sunday, I know I am. Hit that like button. And also, we're getting so close to 15,000 subscribers, and we are just heating up with daily talking Nebraska in the portal, coaching carousel, recruiting. If you want to stay informed with the Huskers this offseason, it's no burn. Take 2 seconds. Join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, we have a lot to talk about. There are a lot of rumors going on right now with the program, and I want to start things off with the bowl game rumors, because it is pretty much confirmed not only where Nebraska is going to play, but against who. There have been a lot of rumors over these past couple weeks about Orlando. That's off the table. There have been a lot of rumors about Tampa. That's off the table. There have been a lot of rumors about Las Vegas. That is also off the table. It is being projected by pretty much every single college football site that Nebraska will play in the Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee against an SEC opponent. This was projected by CBS Sports just a couple hours ago. They expect Nebraska to play the LSU Tigers in that bowl game. This was just projected by ESPN a couple of minutes ago. Both of their pundits expect Nebraska to also play in the Nashville Bowl versus either Missouri or LSU. I'm also hearing some speculation around Vanderbilt. If Vanderbilt were to be snubbed from the College 12 playoff, Nashville will likely pick them up given the fact, again, Vanderbilt is from that state, from Tennessee. So again, a lot of speculation. Missouri, LSU, or Vanderbilt, pretty much those are the 3 schools that I watch out for, but it's pretty much a done deal at this point in time. Really, every single site is projecting that. We know that we're 1 week away. And when we're 1 week away, these get really, really accurate. There's only one site that is still projecting Nebraska to make the Las Vegas Bowl, and that, of course, is Athlon. I think they're pretty much behind the times. I don't expect that to happen anymore. So, again, with Nebraska losing to Iowa, it had some direct correlations. Again, Orlando's off the table. That's 0% chance. I think I think Tampa at this point in time, 0% chance. And I think with the Las Vegas stuff, I could have seen it if we beat Iowa, but Las Vegas gets a pick over Nashville. They get to pick who they want before Nashville does. And they're going to want Iowa more than they want Nebraska, because Iowa's a better football team, and Iowa travels as well. Nebraska's a great fan base, but Iowa does too. So Iowa's going to fill up that stadium, you better believe. In Nebraska, we might bring some more fans in Iowa, but it's not by a large margin. We also know that Las Vegas probably would want USC. They probably want Washington. I told you guys the entire time I didn't expect Nebraska to make Las Vegas in the first place, and with us losing to Iowa, it kind of put the nail in the coffin. So at this point in time, it looks like Nashville is pretty much a done deal. We're not going to make a worse bowl game than Nashville. Like, I know there's a bowl game in Detroit. We play a MAC team. Like, that's not going to happen. There's the Pinstripe Bowl. We're not going to play in the Pinstripe Bowl again. There's the Phoenix Bowl. That's pretty much not going to happen. Like, it's not because Nebraska is a really good team. It's because of our fan base, really. Like, they know that Nebraska is a hot commodity. It's going to get ratings. It's going to get ticket sales. And although we're not making the top tier bowl games, it's going to stop at Nashville. Nashville's going to take us if they have the pick. I believe they have the 4th pick in the kind of the lottery system, and they're going to pick Nebraska just because, while we're not the best team on paper, again, results speak for themselves when it comes to the fan base. Not the results on the football field. The fan base results speak. And that's really what drives these decisions. So Nebraska, great fan base. That's the reason why we will likely make the Music City Bowl in Tennessee against the SEC opponent. I mean, as for us playing an SEC school, it's a little bit scary because they got a lot of talent. Again, LSU got a lot of talent. They just hired Lane Kiffin. I'll give you my reaction to that. And Vanderbilt would be a scary opponent. I mean, even Missouri would be scary. Those guys get ready for bowl games. Like, Missouri does not lose bowl games too often. So would Nebraska win against the SEC opponent? Probably not, but let's be real. We're not really going to beat anybody. Like, even if we were to play in the other bowl game in Las Vegas Bowl, like, you think we're going to beat Utah? No, we're not going to beat Utah. Like, Nebraska has only beat one team this year with a winning record. That was Cincinnati week 1. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's like a 0% chance we're going to win the bowl game, but I mean, I'd rather play the best team we could possibly play. And if we lose, we lose. But I think getting that reps, for the young guys, for the guys who are going to start next year against those type of teams, it's going to make us better going into a crucial 2026 where we play a lot of top-tier ranked squads that season. So, all right, guys, give me your instant reaction to playing in Nashville. I think it's pretty much a done deal at this point in time. Again, we'll cover it as the week progresses. Again, I'll give you my official prediction probably on Thursday, not only where, but against who. But again, I kind of like it. I mean, it's not a warm destination. It's not a super fun destination, but it's close to here. It's the closest bowl game to Lincoln. A lot of people are still going to travel to that bowl game. We're probably going to sell it out. So I think a lot of people are in favor of Nashville, even though it's not going to be a super fun environment in a pretty cold Nashville, Tennessee. Then going on to the college football playoff reaction, just wanted to look over this real quick. Yeah, nothing. That's crazy though. Virginia's probably going to make the college football playoffs because they're going to be Duke in the ACC championship game. The playoffs can be fun this year, man. See, if Nebraska took advantage of their easy schedule, it wouldn't have been out of the realm possibility we can make it. It really wouldn't have been. Like if we went 10-2 this year, we would be in the mix. And it wasn't that hard to do that. All we had to do was beat Iowa, beat Minnesota, and we should have beat USC. If we did that, we would make the playoffs. But we squandered a really, really good opportunity. All right, let's talk about, before we get to the rumors right now with the coaching staff, let's roll over the Pro Football Focus grades for Nebraska versus Iowa. Buckle up. They're not pretty. And I'm not even going to reveal all the grades because, again, they're that bad. Emmett Johnson graded out pretty well according to Pro Football Focus in the 70s. Donovan Jones was our highest graded player on defense with a 74. Actually, the offensive line graded out pretty well. Like, they only have gave up, I believe, 4 sacks in the final 3 games. Or excuse me, I think they only gave up 3 sacks in the final 4 games. So again, shouts to the offensive line. They did rapidly improve. They gave up 0 sacks versus Iowa. But that was more so thanks to Lateef getting the ball out. But that's really about where the good stuff ends with the Pro Football Focus grades. The entire secondary was awful outside of Donovan Jones. Sear Wright graded awful in the 60s. The D-line was awful. Riley Van Poppel graded out in the 50s. Cameron Lenhart graded out in the 50s. I mean, it was the D-line awful. Nobody graded higher than a 65. The receivers were awful. Everybody, Dane, Jacory, Barney, Nyziah Hunter, Luke Lindenmeyer has been graded out horribly these past 2 months. Like I told you guys, like Luke Lindenmeyer probably can't start here next year. TJ Lateef graded out in the 50s. Yeah, I mean that's about it, right? I don't even want to go over all of it. It's just so bad. I mean that's what you expect getting blown up by Iowa. Our worst game of the year in our last game of the year, last regular season game of the year. So those are the Pro Football Focus grades. Only positives: offensive line, Emmett Johnson, and Donovan Jones. All right, let's get to the rumors right now with the coaching staff. Everything I'm expecting. I mean, at this point in time, Matt Rhule has pressure. He has pressure. He has pressure from the boosters. He has pressure from the administration. And I do believe Matt Rhule is going to make some changes. Not maybe because he wants to make the changes, but because he's kind of going to be forced into it. And there are a couple guys I have my eyes out for. You know, we talked about Donovan Jones yesterday, Donovan Raiola on the channel yesterday. I mean, at this point in time, I do expect he will be gone from the program, especially even though the offensive line improved over these past couple weeks, it still wasn't good enough, right? Still not even top 50% of the Big Ten. So again, this is somebody who's been highly scrutinized by the fan base. The boosters don't like him. The administration doesn't like him. I do think Donovan Raiola will be moved on from. Is that a done deal? I mean, we'll see, right? We'll see. But with the rumors right now with Dylan as well, I mean, you can lead to certain conclusions. You can go to certain conclusions, right? That he won't be here. So I expect things to happen this week. Maybe Monday, maybe later today. You never know. Maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. But just know, like, we are not going into next year with the same coaching staff. Matt Rhule knows that. Matt Rhule will make some changes. And again, if there is a chopping block, Donovan Raiola will be the first to go. Really will be. So I'm eyes out for Donovan Raiola from everything I've been hearing. Terry Brain's another guy who, I mean, it's a tough situation because, again, we just hired him, and it's an awful look for Matt Rhule. But, again, of all the awful looks that Matt Rhule's had over these past couple weeks, if you were to hire Terry Brain, it wouldn't even be that bad because, again, it's been a tough couple weeks for him, just to say the least. So, again, I would actually respect Matt Rhule more for firing Terry Brain and saying, you know what, I messed up. I made a bad hire. I made terrible hires since I got here pretty much everywhere. So, I mean, maybe we can find a better guy in our third try on the defensive line. But I do expect something to happen there with Terry Brain. If he were to come back, he's not going to be the fall-on D-line coach. I just don't see a world where he's our guy next year. I don't see a world. And again, we're going to make some tough decisions. We will make some tough decisions. Just know that. And also, there's been a lot of speculation recently about John Butler. I mean, he's interesting. There's been some speculation. There's been some message boards reports. There's been people who know people saying the stuff about John Butler leaving. This would be a gutsy call to get rid of John. I mean, another gutsy call, another Matt Rhule mistake that he'd have to admit to doing. At this point in time, I do expect John Butler to return, though. I do. That's just going to be a really tough call. And I don't even think John Butler was that bad, honestly. Like, he was better than Dana this year. Not by much. Both those guys were pretty bad. But if John's gone, you got to get rid of Dana. And I just don't think he's ever going to get rid of Dana. That's a bad look if you get rid of John to keep Dana here after, again, having a horrific offense the past 2 months, despite even Dylan going down. We had a bad offense with Dylan. So I know there's some rumors around John. I do think he'll stay. That's just a tough guy to get rid of. Yeah. So right now, if I were to predict, it's tough to predict. There's so much uncertainty. But I think Donnie's gone. I think Terry's gone. Dvorak will stay. He just got a house. I know that. Addison Williams will stay unless he leaves to greener pastures by his choice. Da'Keil Shorts, I think, will stay. Barthel will stay. Yeah, it's tough, man. But again, I just know they will make some changes, particularly, I think, with those two. So that's what I've been hearing. I don't know anything for a fact. I don't know anything for confirmed. Like, is that confirmed Donnie's gone? No. But with what we talked about yesterday on the channel, I mean, you can kind of read in between lines there. So that's what I think what's going to go on with the staff. But just know this, Matt Rhule, he will make some tough decisions, that's for sure. And it's all going to start pretty much tomorrow. I expect a lot of announcement tomorrow or later this week. Then talking about all the news right now in college football, my reaction to all of it. Nebraska implications, what they mean for the Huskers. I mean, AP poll, we weren't ranked. This is a robbery. This is a complete robbery. How can you tell me Nebraska wasn't? I'm just kidding. How is Missouri ranked, though? They have 4 losses. That just tells you the SEC bias right there. They've been awful the past month. Crazy poll here, though. Again, just kind of a resemblance of the squandered opportunity we had this year. And then it was announced by Mark Norvell at Florida State that he's going to evaluate his coaching staff this week, that likely the coordinators will not return. So, hey, man, Tony White, you thought you were going to greener pastures, my man. Yeah, you're going to be looking for a job. So, I mean, Tony White, I wish him the best of luck. We'll see if he ends up getting fired, but I think it probably will happen. Along with Terrence Stein, along with Evan Cooper, all those boys, they're going to be finding a new home. So it is what it is. Maybe Pot Roast come back to Nebraska. That's the only guy I want back. I want Pot Roast come back. But other than that, Tony White, not going to happen, along with the other guys. Very interesting there. Let's get to the coaching news. Lane Kiffin officially announced at LSU to be their next head coach. It has been a wild week, to say the least. And I honestly, at the start of this process, I didn't think he was going to leave Ole Miss, just because Ole Miss, he's made them a really good job. They have a lot of resources. They've done well in the portal. They're about to make the playoffs. But at the end of the day, I mean, they don't have as many resources as LSU. And again, just following this whole situation, there were people camping outside of Lane Kiffin's house. There were people camping outside of his office. There were people camping outside the athletic director's house. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, college football is the best sport. College football is literally the best sport. People were outside protesting at Ole Miss at like 1 o'clock in the morning, man. I love this sport. It's great, you know. And there was the reporter the other day who called. He said some kind of derogatory toward Lane Kiffin. It was an Ole Miss beat reporter. He basically said you can't make a I can't say it, but you can't make a blank a housewife. You know what I mean? And Lane Kiffin had some offense today. He called him out in person. But honestly, that reporter wasn't wrong. And I wouldn't mind if Nebraska's beat reporters called out Matt Rhule for some of his shenanigans, but they never do. But anyway, story for another day. Lane Kiffin over to LSU. I think it's kind of a decent decision because, again, LSU, you're going to compete for natties there every single year. At Ole Miss, it's a lot harder. But, all the rumors, it's crazy. It all led to that moment. And then looking at the recruiting class, we could steal some guys last second. You never know. Demarius Yates, probably not. NASCAR McCoy, probably not. The only guy is interesting is Ryan Meerat, who visited Nebraska, who at one point I thought he was going to commit to the Huskers. Wouldn't be shocked if maybe Nebraska got involved here last second, but I doubt it. I think he'll stay with Ole Miss at this point in time. It's just too late. We have signing day in literally 3 days. We'll talk about a big recruiting update tomorrow. John Sumrall went over to Florida. Not really a great hire there. He's a good coach, but they are protesting that hire because he's basically Billy Napier 2.0. You got Alex Golesh going over to Auburn. That's a really good hire. Really, really good hire. He's currently with South Florida. Again, one of the best seasons this year they've had in a very long time. So that's a good hire for them. Good recruiter. You got Ryan Silverfield over to Arkansas. We'll see there. I'm not a big fan of Memphis coaches. Although they have a lot of success, they have a lot of resources. They just when they take that next step, they never do well. But we'll see. We'll see. Arkansas is kind of a hard place to win, especially in the SEC. It was just announced Michigan State has fired Jonathan Smith. That's not shocking at all. Again, I told you guys when we barely beat Michigan State, that was a terrible win. We should have beat those guys by literally 34 points, 35 points. We should have beat them bad. The fact that we didn't blow out a single Big Ten team this year, it's embarrassing. But honestly, that's a good call because Jonathan Smith, he was hitting that fan base, and he wasn't very good. What did he win this year? 3 games, 4 games? Yeah, awful. And also, it should be noted, they're going to hire Pat Fitzgerald from the rumors right now, who's the former Northwestern coach. That's a really good hire over there at Michigan State. And also, our old friend Tim Beck. Look at our old friend. Just got fired by Coastal Carolina. You never know. Dana's on the way out. He might come back. You never know, right? Just kidding. He's not going to come back. But hey, man, that's our old friend over there. That was the OC with Bo Pelini back in the day. And then going on to all the results yesterday, implications for Nebraska. Michigan lost, and they lost bad. It was a ball game for about the first half. before Ohio State kind of started imposing their will. But, you know, it is what it is. Ohio State's the better football team. They got a better quarterback, better trenches. Bryce Underwood, man, I mean, he might be in bust territory. He really might be. Like, he had a tough year. He didn't play very well against Nebraska either. Yeah, that's interesting there. Interesting. So Michigan losing to Ohio State. UCLA, that was the nightcap last night. It was, again, kind of a close ball game. UCLA was up at halftime before USC scored 22 unanswered to beat the Bruins. Penn State barely beat Rutgers to make a bowl game. Yeah, I mean, if we got blown out by Penn State and Rutgers only lost them by 4 points, says a lot. Says a lot. That's all I'm going to say. It says a lot. Says a lot. Says a lot. Wisconsin lost to Minnesota. Hey, credit to Minnesota, man. I had a decent season. 7 wins every year. 6 wins every year. I actually kind of thought Wisconsin was going to win that football game, but again, they just can't throw the football. They threw for 160. I didn't even expect that, but 2 interceptions. They'll go crazy in the portal for sure. It's going to be a completely new roster over there next year. Maryland lost to Michigan State. And again, reminder, when we played Maryland, everybody thought that was a great win. They lost 8 consecutive to end the season. But, we beat them by 3 points. It's such a bad look, bro. It's just such a bad look. We should have imposed our will against them. And we had to have a game-winning drive at the end of the ball game. Dylan Royal had 3 picks. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I told you guys that was going to happen. I told you guys that Maryland does not know how to win football games in October, November. And they don't. Northwestern lost to Illinois. That's terrible, because if Northwestern won that football game, they would have had a winning record. And we would have beat a team with a winning record. But that's not the case. And unfortunately, that would have probably been Matt Rhule's best win at Nebraska, was that Northwestern. That would have been his best Big Ten win, would be Northwestern this year. It probably still is, funny enough. I laugh through the sadness, at this point. I just got to laugh through the sadness. All the other games from yesterday and Friday, I predicted it correctly. I told you guys, Texas pulling the upset. Everybody flamed me for it. I told you. Something different over there. They got talent. Talent isn't the issue over there. Egg Bowl is kind of fun to watch. Any other games? Yesterday, they weren't great. I was watching most of them. Oklahoma barely beat LSU. I can't believe Oklahoma's going to make the playoffs. They're not a playoff-worthy team, really. Scott Frost was up at one point against BYU 14-7. I thought Scott Frost was going to make a bowl game. And then they just crapped the bed in the second half. Vandy beat Tennessee. Great ball game. They should make the playoffs. They're deserving of making the playoffs. And then, I don't know if you guys watched that Cal SMU game at basically midnight. That was great. That was great television. And SMU kicked out of the ACC title game. All right, guys. Busy couple hours. I know one thing, man. It's going to be a busy week. This was my biggest week on the channel last year because Tony White left and all these recruiting stuff happened last year. It's signing day on Wednesday. So just buckle up. I'm expecting coaching announcements, recruiting announcements, transport announcements. Monday, tomorrow's going to be busy. I'm expecting a lot. So just prepare everybody because it's going to be crazy. All right, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. But everything Hey made as far as do, hit that like button, subscribe as always, folks. Go Met Rule. And I'll see you in the next one.